And the thing about me is, if you show me a trend enough times, I'm most likely going to give in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube. I'm just going to come out and say it. I want a Labubu. My TikTok For You page has been flooded with Labubus and they're just everywhere. And I finally have just decided that, yeah, I think they're cute and I want one. So what? Like, I literally have a beaded lizard on my purse right now, so I feel like I'm the perfect candidate for a Labubu. But I posted about it on my Instagram story the other day, and so many of you flooded my DMs with either the fact that you also like Labubus, or that more importantly, you saw crocheted Labubus that you thought were so adorable. So honestly, I'm blaming you guys because you guys inspired me to go on, check out some Labubu patterns, and I found a really cute crochet one I am just dying to try. So I'm here at Michael's. I have my fingers crossed that I am going to be able to find some good fuzzy yarn in there. I bought the pattern last night. I'm a little bit nervous because I need a 2.25 millimeter crochet hook. That's tiny. I'm also not an amigurumi girly. Like, when I see a pattern that I just can't live without, I can be one, but I'm not traditionally someone who does a lot of amigurumi. So a little bit nervous about that part of it and my patience with the 2.25, but I need some fuzzy yarn. Primarily, I want my Labubu to be pink. The pink ones are my favorite, so that's what I'm going in with my fingers crossed looking for. I also need some felt in case I decide to do some of the teeth on there. I don't really know. I'm just kind of going for it, but we are here at Michael's. I'm going to jump in there, see if I can find something. I'm going to bring you with me. Hopefully you'll bring me some good luck. We can find some good yarn for our Labubu, and then we can make this a fun little cute weekend crochet project. I'm hoping it's not going to take me that long, but of course, one never knows till we get started. But without further ado, I think that's all I needed to say right now. So let's head on in, see what we can find. Keep your fingers crossed for me that we can find some beautiful fuzzy pink yarn for this Labubu, and that way we can start this project tomorrow instead of having to wait for yarn to come from Lord knows where. All right. On our way, let's go see what we can find. Little bonus for us today, my overalls have the perfect pocket for a mic. I'm so happy about that. So okay, we're heading on in now. I'm so nervous that I'm not going to find what I need, but we'll see. Okay, we're here in yarn. Oh my gosh, it's right here actually, right away. Look at this. Pink. Oh my gosh, $10. Don't love that, but look at this color. Oh my god, it's perfect. So there's only 56 yards of this, so I think I'm going to get two just to be safe. But just in case you're wondering, it's by Loops and Threads, and they have some other colors too. This is my second favorite. This like caramely brown grayish color. No, it's more brown tan. That's what the color I'm looking for. This one's really cute too. This would be a good choice. Okay, Michael's has the hookup. Oh my gosh, black. Black is so cute. I'm going to have a hard enough time crocheting with the fuzzy yarn. I don't need to add black to the mix, but that would be super cute. Lots of good colors here. Also completely forgot to look at home, but I need a 2.25 millimeter hook like I said, so I'm just looking to see if they have one here. I feel like I have one at home, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. What's this over here? 2.25. I feel like I have this exact one at home, but just in case, I can always bring it back if I don't need it. Okay, I'm back in the car. What a successful little trip. I cannot believe the first yarn we came across was the pink fuzzy yarn. That was just honestly fate. I am so happy with this color. I think it's the perfect pink. I wanted it to be more pastel, so this is so cute. Again, I just got two because I'm just worried that one isn't enough. 56 yards isn't a lot, and the pattern didn't say how much the Labubu actually needs, but these are heavy. They're super soft, and I think it's actually going to be perfect. They are a weight 6 though, I think. So hopefully that was what the weight for the pattern was and not a 5 weight. Either way, so glad I got these. I like the other colors too, but pink was definitely, like I said, my first choice. So I'm really glad about those. And then I also, like I showed you, picked up the 2.25 hook just in case. Again, I think I have it at home, but better safe than sorry. I got the felt for the teeth. I also got it for the backing of the eyes. A lot of people use it to kind of make an outline of the eye before they put the safety eye in. I don't know if I'm actually going to do teeth or do the eyes at all. I have seen a lot of people just do kind of a squinty eye and just the smile because it's probably kind of tricky to make it look really good, especially if you're not someone who does amigurumi a lot. But this is in case I'm feeling very adventurous and very optimistic about how well I'll be able to construct the face. So we'll see. But again, wanted to have it just in case I decide to use it. And the last thing I found was probably the best thing I found. I went to the jewelry section to see if I could find any cute little clasp for my Labubu, and I found this pack, also in light pink. So it's going to match. So cute. These were a little bit more pricey, but I had a 30% off coupon. So I think these got down to like $7.38, something like that. They were $11.99, which is crazy expensive. But you can see they have the cute little heart closure. There's like this oval one, and then there is also just the regular circle one. I want to use the heart. The one that's more like traditional to the actual Labubu is the circle, but I think the heart is so cute. I feel like it add a really fun little touch. I'm thinking right now I'm just going to like crochet a chain up to be the length of the strap for the keychain, and then I will just put it around here instead of actually like doing a jewelry style keychain closure. I don't know how much of that stuff I have at home, so I'll have to look, but I think it would just be easier to crochet it up. And this was just such a cute like finishing touch that I couldn't resist, if I'm being honest. So that's everything. Very successful. Thank you so much, Michaels, for coming in clutch. Now we are officially ready to start our Labubu. I'm not actually probably going to start it until tomorrow. So I will catch you guys in the morning when we are officially ready to start our Labubu and see how this all goes for us. Good morning, guys. It is finally time to start our Labubu. I literally cannot wait. I have my laptop here with me, so I'm actually going to be looking at the pattern. Maybe if I can find it, there we go. I'm gonna be reading the pattern off my laptop, which I never do. I always read it off my tiny little phone screen, and that is just not the vibe. I want a big screen today while I'm working. And by the way, this pattern, I will have it linked below that I'm using, but it is by, let's see the name of the creator here, Marvel's Handmade Amigurumi. So in case you're wondering, that's whose pattern I used. And right now, I don't know much about it. I don't have much to say, but all the things you can know already is that it's intermediate, and then they give you, you know, all the info of materials you'll need, stuff like that. But I think that came on the front page of the pattern, so in case you're wondering. Also, I did find that I did have my own 2.25 hook. I built this like polyamide, I don't know, holder grip for it, which thank goodness, because my wrists were going to be screaming if not. At one point I wanted to make like a bunch of cute crochet hooks, and I just never got past the initial base process. But anyways, we are gonna just jump right into it today because I want to get going. So this is the color I'm going to be using. It's the closest color I have. It's the Coastal Cotton Fine Weight. If you guys have been here a while, I'm a broken record. I love this yarn. It's a 2-weight, so it's the perfect size for the pattern, and I'm just hoping that it'll go well with this pink. It should be fine. I don't see why it'd be a problem. This colorway is called Champagne though, so it kind of does have a pinky hue to it, but I think it's fine. I'm just gonna start crocheting right away, see how long this is gonna take me. Like I said, I gave myself only 2 days to make this, and as someone who's not an amigurumi artist, I'm a little nervous, but I think it should be okay. I just have to start by making the head. I will check back with you guys once I have a little bit of progress to share, but I'm so excited. So let's get right into it. Okay, so looks like I know about how big the head is going to be. I had to change my stitch marker to this cutie little olive. I didn't think he was going to fit, but the little spiral one I put in kept falling out, and it was making me angry. So I was able to jam this smaller one in here. I had to, yeah, use a really tiny stitch marker, but this looks like it's going to be the size of my Labubu's head because I'm to the repeat round. So I have my row counter out, and I'm just being serious about this and actually counting the rounds on the row counter instead of just doing it in my head. But this is what it looks like right now. looking good. I did also yarn under, which I don't usually do. It's not super natural for me to do since I don't do a lot of amigurumi, but it makes such a big difference. That's one of the things I've learned as I start to crochet more. Yarning under is so much better. So this is what it's looking like so far. Definitely think this color is going to be a good color for his face, but yeah, so I'm just gonna work these repeat rounds. Then I have to decrease for, let's see, 7-ish rounds, 8, 9, 10 more rounds of decreasing, and then we'll stuff the head and we'll have a little bit of progress. So super happy with it so far, and glad it's actually kind of enjoyable even with the 2.5 millimeter hook. I'm also keeping my tension really loose because I'm a tight tension person, and yarning under I feel like even tightens it more. So in order to not have my wrist screaming, I'm trying to be very aware of my stitches. So, all right, that's the update right now, and I'm gonna get right back to work. Step 1, check. We have the head. I think this is going to be the most time consuming part of the project so far, so glad we have that all done. Didn't take too long. It is 2:30 now, and I started at 12:30, so exactly 2 hours this took me straight. But not to toot my own horn, I am super proud of this ball. I never ever care this much while doing amigurumi. If I'm off a stitch or so, I just go, I'll make it up later. But I really made sure I did every single round, made every stitch look pretty, and it definitely paid off. So that was actually kind of fun, and I think I stuffed it enough. That's another thing I have an issue with amigurumi, is knowing if something's like stuffed enough or overstuffed, but I think I'm at a good spot with it. So we're gonna put it aside because now we get into the fun stuff, because we are going to be making the Labubu's headpiece, I believe. Not the ears, just the headpiece. But I do need a 5.5 millimeter hook. Look how cute, matchy. And yeah, we're just gonna make this little cute head wrap. You have to start like modeling it onto the head. That's why we made the head first, I think. And it doesn't look like this is gonna take too long. So we'll see. I'm super excited, but let's get right into the next part. I found the hard part of the project. This is round 1. Where are the stitches, girl? Where are they at? This is a fluff ball, literally. Oh my gosh, this is going to be challenging to say the least. I might have got like a little bit too fluffy of a yarn. I probably could have gone for something much less fluffy, but we are gonna make it work. I'm gonna get my stitch markers back out. Can switch to a pink one now to match. And let's see if I can make this work somehow. I'm a little bit nervous now, I'm not gonna lie. Guys, I had a brain blast. As I was trying to make this work, look at this. I even sized up to a 6.5 because I'm like, there's just absolutely no way, but look at that. Like, there is no way I am knowing any kind of stitch at all working this yarn. So I'm gonna have to say the loops and threads yarn is not a win, unfortunately. I had this yarn that I bought, oh my gosh, probably 3 years ago from Joann's. It was gonna be discontinued, so I got it for a really good price, but it is blue and it is fuzzy, and I had it under my couch, so I grabbed 2 skeins of it. I have 4 more, I think, a crazy amount, and I'm gonna try to work it with this. I also think this might be better because it's only a 5 weight, which is actually what the pattern called for, not a 6. So that is really good. I can size back down to my 5.5 and see how it goes. And then if this isn't fuzzy enough at the end, I could always just brush it with like one of those either cat brushes or what you use to get like lint off of pillows and stuff, you know what I mean? So let's give this a try. Blue is my favorite color anyway, so this should be okay. I did really have my heart set on the pink though, but it's fine. We'll do the blue and hopefully it'll work a lot better for us and we'll actually be able to see some stitches. That is crazy. I don't know what you are able to make with this yarn because you cannot see anything. Maybe if you had a giant hook and you were making like a blanket, I could see that, but other than that, this yarn's a huge no from me. It's just not workable. Okay guys, quick update because I kind of just blacked out and started working away. Last time I saw you, I was just finishing the body. So we have the little body like this, and then I have everything done. We just need to assemble it now. So here are our little feet. Hopefully it'll focus. Look how cute these are. I love the feet. I have little hands. These were pretty tedious to make, but 2 of those. And then I have the inside and outside of the ears, but the inside is cute. I decided to do pink for the inside of mine. It kind of recommends you do the same color as the body, so I would have done like a darker blue, but I wanted little pink inside ears. Anyways, it is now far later in the day. It's 5:20 now, and I just finished all these pieces, so we just need to assemble it and put the face on, all that good stuff. But I want to break from this for a little bit, so I will be back with you in a little while. We'll start assembling everything, and I want to be able to give it my full attention, and right now I just fear I need a break. I'm gonna just let my wrist rest for a minute, and I will be back with you either later today to finish it or first thing tomorrow morning. So we will have a Labubu here in no time. Cannot wait. Okay guys, let's finish our Labubu. So it is obviously the next day. I didn't come back on last night because by the time I got done with everything I needed to do, it was too late to film. So I did go ahead and just do a couple little things to get us kick-started so we can finish this relatively quickly. I did also want to mention, I feel like this pattern is relatively fast already as is. Like I told you, the head took me 2 hours to make, but everything else went so quickly. I could have easily finished this in a day. So just keep that in mind if you want to make one. It's not a huge time commitment, which I love, and it's kind of making me want to make another one. But I did sew the ears on. So here are my ears on the head, looking pretty good. I also did have to look at a reference photo to see if they were like sticking straight up, a little to the side, and they seem to be sticking right up in the actual Labubu. So I did try to mimic that as best I could. And like I said, I did the pink ears. I think that was really cute. I did also go online to Michael's to see if they had these little clasps I'm using in blue, and they only had, I think, pink, purple, black, and white. So I'm gonna have to still use a pink one. I think it's okay because it'll match the pink in the ears, but I would have definitely preferred blue. I was gonna try to go get new ones, but again, they don't have them, so that's okay. Anyway, that's what I did without you. Only other thing I did was I did end up adding one more round to the body. I felt like it needed to be a little bit taller, and I got the hands put on just super quickly, just crocheted them right along. So
Woman was too stunned to speak.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cute. I feel like it looks pretty legit. I don't know. We need to just get right into it. So the first step we need to do was to sew the ears on, which we did that. I'm realizing now when I grabbed my safety eyes out, which actually these eyes I'm using are technically noses that I have, but I think they're gonna work perfectly. So I have these, but I grabbed the backings and I came over here to see like if this was gonna be a good size, and it looks like I'm just gonna have to like stuff it in there and probably hot glue it because I obviously can't put the backings on now because I sewed the head closed with all the stuffing in it. So keep that in mind too. The biggest hurdles we have left, I would say, are going to be sewing the little arms and feet on because they are so tiny. Like these are the hands, for instance. You even make the little thumb, which is so cute. And so far this pattern has been so easy to follow, really well written. I'm very impressed. I need to do a little bit of reading and then I will just start sewing it up. we'll get it all assembled, and then we'll do the most important part, which is doing the face. So we'll put the eyes on, the nose, and figure out what kind of mouth we're gonna do, if we're gonna try teeth or not. So far I'm leaning towards no teeth. I'm feeling skeptical about how the teeth could possibly change the whole look of our Labubu. So let's see what happens and see how long this takes us to sew it all up, because I literally cannot wait one more minute for this Labubu to be done. Okay, so we have the hands and feet on. The feet are like my new favorite part. I think they're so cute. They look so good. Now is the scary part, which is the game changer, and that is the face. So it looks like this person used these little pins to kind of map out where the face is gonna go. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I did show you the eyes already, so the only other thing I have to do is like use the eye on the felt and just somehow magically trace out two ovals that are the same exact perfect size. So that's gonna be real fun. I guess we can, well, maybe I should map out the face first before we go doing that and just see where I want stuff. This is another reason why amigurumi is so challenging for me, because getting the face right is just the most important part. I'll also put a picture up of what the eyebrows look like. In the pattern, you make like two little, I'm looking at it right now, ovals almost, it seems. But then I did see one online where somebody just took the yarn and like crossed it over a couple times on the actual like piece, like how we will do the nose, embroider style. That's the word I'm looking for, like an embroidery type of thing. So I really think I'd rather do the eyebrows that way, but we will see what looks better. We'll play it by ear. So okay, I think this is where I want the eyes and nose to go. And then I do also have two different size weight yarns. So for the mouth, I have either a 4-weight, this cotton yarn, or they actually just said thread. So I have this too, but I don't know if this will be too thin. We'll play it by ear and see. This might be honestly way too thick though now I'm looking at it, but this is giving voodoo doll more than it's giving anything else. I'm going to start by tracing out the eyes, trying to cut some ovals, see what happens, and I'll report back once we have something, and then I'll have to turn my hot glue gun on so we can glue these eyes into the doll. So let's see. All right, update. I did end up doing the eyebrows as you saw with like the embroidery type of stitch. I don't want to move him too much because I'm going to talk to you about something else. Look at the teeth. I just cut out teeth just for fun, just to see. Unfortunately, I think it was like the little piece it's missing. So it looks funny right now because it's tilted up. Actually, it'll probably stay because it's just the felt. I think he needs the teeth. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'm looking in the viewfinder with you guys, but I feel like the teeth are like the last little step that he needs, so I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm super nervous because I feel like I could ruin it, but without the teeth on, it just looks like it's missing something, you know? So let's just go for it. Let's see. And then afterward, I think I'll just add like the little bit of blush to his cheeks. This is my little reference photo I have on my phone that I'm using. I also love that bow. I'm highly considering putting a little blue bow on him, so might do that too. We'll see, we'll see. Let me try to do this set of teeth. I'm just going to use tweezers and nail glue because I feel like hot glue is just too blobby. I'm just going to use this right here, this nail glue. I think it'll stick just fine. And that's the plan. So moving onward, let's do this last and final step. I'm going to use my cuticle clippers as the little things to hold the teeth down because I don't have my craft tweezers in here for some reason. I don't know why, but okay, here we go. Best of luck to us. I think this is gonna just be like the perfect final touch. So this will be our last little update, then we can really look at him and see the overall, you know, vibe. Oh my goodness, guys. I have my finished Labubu all said and done. I got a little carried away for a second after the teeth. The nail glue actually worked really well in the teeth. At first, I wasn't sure if it was gonna hold, but I just had to press it down for an extra second and they kind of made the teeth hard. So I feel really confident about where they are in place now. All I did afterwards was add the blush on. I even added white dots to the safety eyes with some paint. I feel like needed that because all of the Labubus I've seen have those little white dots. I think that was the perfect extra little touch. And then I did even go ahead and do a little technique I learned where you kind of put yarn through the back of the project, bring it out through the eyes, back in and back the other eye here, and you pull it tight so it adds like a little bit of shaping to the face. I wanted the nose to stick out just a little bit, so he kind of has that now. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's not so flat, and I really like that because the ones you buy at the store, they definitely have a lot of dimension in the face. So he does have a little bit, like I said, it's kind of hard to tell. He's still pretty flat, but other than that, I think he came out really, really cute. I did add this little bow on. It is just sewn on with some yarn. I wanted to make it removable in case I change my mind about it, but I'm also waiting to hear what you guys think about it, if you think I should keep the bow or not. I just had the perfect blue ribbon, and so how could I not, you know, give it a try? And then of course, lastly, to make it actually a keychain, I just took some light blue yarn in my stash I had. I chained up 5 and then I just did 4 single crochet across, back and forth, back and forth. When I got to the area where the little clasp will be, I went down to 2 double crochet and then went back up to 4 just to make this little like band, because they have those thick little bands from what I saw online as well. And then yeah, just put this cute little loopy one. I tried the heart. It was a little bit too skinny to be on here and be able to open and close. So to open and close, I did have to use the circle, but they use the circle anyway. I know it's a lot bigger circle, but still, you know, it doesn't need to be exact. It's just fun to try to get it as close as possible. And lastly, my Labubu is about 9 inches tall. So I don't know how tall the actual ones that you can buy are, but in case you're wondering about this pattern, mine did come out to 9 inches. So yours will be, I think, anywhere from, I think she said 7.5 hers was to 9. So yeah, but I'm really happy with it. I am dying to hear what you guys think. If you think it would pass as a Labubu or a Lafufu, or maybe it's something in between, I honestly don't know, but I am happy with him. I genuinely think I might try to buy some more Sherpa yarn instead of using this yarn I had in my stash and try one more. Honestly, it was just really a good time. I think the pattern's very easy to read. I think they did an awesome job making the pattern, and I'm very, very pleased with the purchase because it came out really, really cute. I think honestly today took me a longer time doing it because I just went overboard with the details, but I think it's really fun. It'd be fun to do like obviously different colors, different facial expressions, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're gonna make make one, please tag me in your makes on Instagram, on your stories, whatever. Post in the community tab. I'd love to see your Labubu, and then we can just compare and have our own little family of Labubus instead of spending $40 on one. So I'm very happy, but maybe the next one I make will actually be pink. I'll have to do some research on where I can find some Sherpa yarn, and I might still go and kind of like brush this part of his body a little bit because I like this part. I think he's nice and fuzzy, but this part I still don't love how you can see the stitching. I wanted him to be more fuzzy like the actual, you know, ones that you can buy. But overall, pattern is a 10 out of 10. I think he's really cute. It definitely helped give me the Labubu fix, so I feel satiated now in my Labubu. I probably will still end up buying one, but at least I have this guy for now. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. If you are new here and you feel like sticking around, don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Monday, occasionally on Thursdays like today, and we have a lot of fun over here, a lot of crochet knit related content. So if you like that, you might like sticking around. Like the video if you found it helpful. If you like it, if you're gonna make a Labubu, let me know in the comments. I would just love to know. Until next time, guys, we will be seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me and letting me take up a little bit of your time today. Bye!